The following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Now on, hits a single to right field. That will score. Jaroszewski and the Stars take the lead on the RBI single by Hansen to right field.
Wells fights to keep his shoulder up. And his pin.
2:20 remains in the game. 4th and 17. The Vikings capitalize early on a big one. What will the Squirrels do? Deep pass. Down the field. Cooper Johnson and Mason. Oh my! What a fantastic catch by Cooper Johnson.
Riddle. Got to enter it down low. Iniger had it knocked free. Gets it back. Muscles his way in. Got it!
Presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
All right, well, I did check all the audio settings before we went on air, but apparently there was something that I didn't check. So, but we're welcome. We're live here at Reed Field in Barnesville. Hour by hour forecast has been kind of, ever since about 11 o'clock this morning, it's been kind of making things skeptical on whether or not we actually play this game today or not. But it looks like we might be able to at least get it started. Thunderstorms were expected to originally roll into the Barnesville area around 1 o'clock today, and then half an hour later it was pushed off till 2, then 3, then 4. Now it's pushed off until 5, so according to that, we'd have storms here in about 8 minutes, but I doubt that'll happen. But as soon as I say that, now watch, something will happen. Now looking at the radar, it does look like they're getting some heavy rain up in the Holly Lake Park area, and that's headed in this direction. So we'll see if the field does get too wet, the game will be compromised some. But until then, we're going to play ball and play as much ball as we possibly can here, as rain has been a problem here for Barnesville, as they've played most of their games on the road this year. Matter of fact, we had about 5 or 6 games scheduled here at Reed Field. And now, for the final home game of the year for Barnesville, we finally get our first broadcast here at Reed Field. We've seen them on the road at DGF, at Holly, a few other places, but for the first time, we see the Barnesville Trojans at home. And they're going to have a very tough task as they take on a very good Ottertail Central Bulldogs team. They come into the contest 15-3 on the season. Magnificent record there for the Bulldogs. It started with, making sure I'm looking at the right team here. It started with a 8-6 win over New York Mills, a 3-0 win over Sabika, a 10-0 win over Minaga, a 9-1 win over Lake Park Audubon before they would drop their first game of the season on the road at Parker's Prairie. Dropped that game in a close one, 3-0. Bounced back with a 13-7 win, a 14-1 win, and a 10-8 win over Pelican Rapids, Sabika, and Wadena Deer Creek. And then they would fall on the road again, 6-4 to New York Mills. Bounce off that, rattle off 6 wins in a row, 19-0 and 5 over Bertha Hewitt Verndale, 7-6, close one over the Wolverines of Wadena Deer Creek, 12-2, 10 runs on the Breckenridge Cowboys, 5-1 Bertha Hewitt Verndale, 6-4 Minaga, and 2-1 Parker's Prairie. And then they would fall on the road again to Pillinger, 3-1, but then bounce back in the second game of that doubleheader with an 8-1 victory over the Huskies. And then they come into this game here with an absolute battle with the Frazee Hornets. It took 8 innings, and the Ottertail Central Bulldogs would pick up a 14-13 victory in 8 innings. That was back on yesterday, in the game. So the 3 losses for the Bulldogs have all happened on the road. For the Barnesville Trojans, they come in 10-4. So also a pretty impressive record, considering that they've played a good chunk of their games on the road this season. Their first game against Lake Park Audubon was postponed and never rescheduled. And then a 7-5 win on the road at Menomin Wabin. There we go. Trying to combine the 2 words at once there. 14-12 over the Crookston Pirates, 6-2, and 14-4 over Pelican Rapids. 12-2 and a 15-3 loss at Perham. It was a doubleheader in Perham. And then a 10-0 loss to a very good East Grand Forks team. They would pick up 2 on a doubleheader on the road in Holly, 7-4 and 7-6. And then they had a game against Brendan Evansville that was scheduled here, but that game was never played. And then they would go to DGF, lose 10-0 in 5 innings in the first game, but then battle it out to a 7-6 win over the Rebels in Game 2 of that doubleheader. And then they'd pick up 6-1 and 9-5 wins over the Frazee Hornets, and a 16-3 win over Border West. That brings them into today's game against Ottertail Central. In theory, they'll be going down to Breckenridge here on Thursday to finish up the regular season with a doubleheader against the Cowboys. So that's a look at these two teams side by side here. Here's the Barnesville Trojans, once again 10-4, taking on the Ottertail Central Bulldogs at 15-3. We'll take a break and we'll be back in just a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Santana Concrete LLC in Barnesville comes highly recommended from their customers, but don't take our word for it, take theirs. Dan states that the team is
polite, friendly, and efficient.
Lee tells us that
quality work for a fair price is hard to find.
Here's Mike from Post 400 Baseball.
Santana Concrete did a wonderful job laying the concrete foundation for our new press box.
And Jasmine shares
they do amazing work.
Check them out by searching Santana Concrete LLC on Facebook or call 218-790-6560.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and IsoClean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you. All right, come back now as they're going to recognize the seniors for the Barnesville Trojans.
Number 14, Brody Gray. Number 11, Carson Hagan. Number 6, Quincy Morey. Number 17, Max Olson. Number 12, John Roller. Number 19, Brennan Steele. Number 4, Spencer Schumacher. Number 2, Wyatt Suter. And number 8, Joey Torfa. Our Barnesville senior baseball players. At this time, if everybody would stand, remove your cap and face the American flag in the center field, we'll play our Star-Spangled Banner.
All right, we'll be back in 90 seconds. Ratzel's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzel's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzel's Pool Hall on Facebook. Give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzel's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzel's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Maybe you need a summer getaway. Contact Josh Weedcheck, your local hometown licensed real estate agent with Priority Real Estate in Barnesville. Josh will assist you in finding a new home for you and your family. Whether it's a pre-existing home or a lot available to build your own dream home, call or text Josh today, 218-790-2477. Priority Real Estate, wishing the Trojans the best of luck in today's game. All right, welcome back to Reed Field here in Barnesville as we get ready to go here. Broadcast coverage also brought to you by our friends. Let me find my piece of paper here. TNT Repair of Henning, as well as Auto Fix and Heading and Ottertail, proudly supporting the Bulldogs here today in their game against the Barnesville Trojans. Once then, the Trojans 10-4 on the season, the Bulldogs 15-3 on the season. So Barnesville with one more loss than Ottertail Central, but they've also played a couple less games than the Bulldogs as well. On the mound, warming up here for the Barnesville Trojans is Carson Hagan. He's tossing him into the glove of Quincy Morey, the catcher. And then around the bases, you'll find Joey Torfin over at first. Up at second is Colin Morey. The shortstop is going to be Asher O'Brien, and Gannon Ballgreen's into the game playing third base. In the outfield, you got Max Olson in left field, Brady Nozzle in right field, and Jay Chumperlin in straightaway center field. And that's how the Trojans will line up defensively here to start this game. And for the Ottertail Central Bulldogs, they will bat like this. I want to say thanks to their coach for helping me out with some of the name pronunciations as well. And hopefully I can remember what he just told me now as I start to look at him. But batting 1, 2, 3, if I mispronounce him, I apologize. 1, 2, 3, top of the order here for Ottertail Central. Tyson Misigatis, a center fielder. Gavin Parsh, a first baseman. Lane Dilly will be the starting pitcher. The middle of the order at 4, 5, and 6 is Jaden Herrig, the catcher. Garrett Nelson, the designated hitter, and Hunter Haugen, the third baseman. The bottom of the order at 7, 8, 9, right fielder Noah Link, second baseman Kale Misigatis, and the shortstop Owen Harig. And then not batting but playing left field will be Drew Evelvold, and that's how the Ottertail Central Bulldogs will bat here as the first pitch comes across at 5:03 for ball number 1 to Tyson Misigatis. So 1 ball and 1 strike now here. The call here to Misigatis, and he will smash that one into center field. Nice hit there by Misigatis, and he will get on first. They'll bring up Gavin Parsh now. So a leadoff base hit here for the Bulldogs here in the top of the first.
For the Bulldogs, first baseman number 5, Gavin Parsh.
So Gavin Parsh, a left-handed batter. He'll square up and bunt. And that one will get by Hagan. Took a nice roll. And that'll be an infield hit here. And now they'll fire it over to third. And Ballgreen's there to scoop it up. But Tyson Misigatis is in cleanly at third. And now you have runners on the corners here already for the Bulldogs with nobody out. So Parsh will get a bunt hit. He was able to push it just right past the pitcher, Hagan. Lane Dilly is the batter now here for the Bulldogs. Once again, we're under a mostly cloudy sky and 83 degrees. The thunderstorms have been pushed off until 6 p.m. now, according to the hour-by-hour forecast. So we're going to get at least a good hour of baseball. Cross the fingers. Runner goes, and a strike is called on the drop pitch, and that'll put runners on second and third. There's Parsh will get credit for the stolen base. Pitch comes across as a strike, and it's 0-1 here to Lane Dilly. Hagen will wind and deliver the 0-1 pitch, and that one's outside to even things up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, Gavin Parsh on second, Tyson Misigatis on third. And the 1-1 from Hagen. That one fouled right back, and it will roll down the roof of the press box area here. 1-2. And that one's high and in. That'll be ball 2. 3 minutes into the ball game now. On batter number 3. And their first 2 batters put 2 hits on the board and are now both in scoring position here with nobody out. And that one will find its way into left field. That will score. Misigatis rounding third is Parsh. And the play at the plate, and he's safe. And it's a 2-0 lead now here for the Bulldogs. Early in the first, still nobody out. And a 2-ball, 2-strike RBI single to left field for Lane Dilly.
For the Bulldogs catcher, number 6, Jaden Herrick.
Jaden Herrig is the batter now here for the Bulldogs, and he'll face pitch number 10 already here from Carson Hagen on the 3rd hit of the game. So they've had 3 batters in the batter's box, and they have 3 hits. And here's another bunt, a hard bunt over to first. There's nobody to cover, and will that be a error, I think? We'll see how they charge it. No, they're going to give him a hit, so... And they've reversed that hit, and they've given an error now. So we'll adjust our, whoops, I hit the wrong button on that. So 3 hits and an error now.
For the Bulldogs, designated hitter Garrett Nelson.
All right, first pitch here is a strike to Garrett Nelson. 3 balls, 7 strikes on 10 pitches. Once again, a strike is anything that's not a ball or a hit by a pitch, as far as sorting that out into balls and strikes. I'll call that strike 2. So no 2 count here to Garrett Nelson. Hunter Haugen is on deck. Still nobody out, and now runners on second and third. I didn't even see him steal it there. And that one's going to be fouled away, and it'll remain an 0-2 count here to Garrett Nelson. And this one, roller right down towards Torfin, and they're going to call that fouled at the plate. Umpire conferring with the catcher to determine where that ball landed. If it was in the field of play or in the batter's box, it was determined that it was in the batter's box, so it's considered a fouled away pitch. It remains no 2 count here to Garrett Nelson. Nobody out, 2-0 game, 2 runners in scoring position, and the pitch is low and in for ball 1. Once again, Lane Dilly over on third now. Jaden Herrick on second for the Bulldogs. 6 minutes in, and pitch 16 coming up here for Hagen. And the 1-2, and that one's hit out towards left. Max Olson will get underneath it. He'll make the grab. Tagging on third is Lane Dilly, and also tagging on second is Herrig, and it's now 3-0 on the sacrifice fly by Garrett Nelson. So they're getting out on the board, but another run crosses, and another run gets 90 feet closer here for the Bulldogs, who are so far so good in the top of the first. 3 runs on 4 hits and an error now. Let me double check my numbers. Yep, that's right. And this one ripped hard towards third, and batting it down was Ballgreen, and then picking it up was Asher O'Brien. And he's on base. That's going to be a base hit. That was a hard hit ball to third. And that will also score Herrig from third, and it's a 4-0 ball game now. Noah Link, the batter now. He'll square up for a bunt it right back to Hagen. He'll pick it up, toss it over to Torfin for the 1-3 ground out for out number 2. And now Kale Misigatis will be the next batter here.
Second baseman number 7, Kale Misigatis.
So 2 away, two away and a runner on second. And this one is fouled down the first baseline for a strike. It's 0-1. Pitch 20 now for Hagen. That one's lifted up to left field. Max Olson is getting underneath it. He'll track it down, make the catch. And that will conclude the top half of the first. They'll strand 1 on base, but they do get 4 across the plate on 5 hits. 1 Trojan error, and they leave 1 on base. And we'll be back with the bottom of the first right after this message here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned. Newell will set it up near side. Let's see Ballgreen. Tick, and it's a kill for Ballgreen. That pulls the Barnesville Trojans within a point. They get the serve back. Inquest works out the shotgun again. He's looking deep, and he's got a man with a little bit of room. It bounces off the back of the neck of a Barnesville Trojan, and it's intercepted. Gannon Ballgreen will get the deflected pass.
Intercepted on the deflection by number 6, Gannon Ballgreen.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today. All right, welcome back to Reed Field here in Barnesville as we get ready for the home half of the first inning. In the top half, you see there, the Bulldogs got 4 runs on 5 hits and an error. That one play at first was credited as a hit and an error, just in case anybody was unsure on that one. Broadcast coverage also brought to you by our friends Maple River Grain and Agronomy, with locations in both Barnesville and DGF communities now, along with TNT Repair of Henning and Auto Fix in Henning and Ottertail. That's what I meant to say. Jeff and Holly Weller of Auto Fix Henning. Jeff recognized as the National Technician of the Year in 2021. They do general and major repairs, including auto starts, accessories, installation, diagnostics, electrical, and more, as well as full tire and alignment services at both of their locations. Once again, that's at Auto Fix in Henning and Auto Fix in Ottertail. Thank you so much for your support of today's broadcast of the Trojans and Bulldogs. This is Quincy Morey now. Center field and right field are his preferred hit locations. This one's going to be a fly out to center field. There's Tyson Misigatis will get the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Can't ask for better efficiency than that from your starting pitcher. That'll bring up Asher O'Brien.
The Trojans shortstop number 1, Asher O'Brien.
11 minutes into the game now here. Asher O'Brien avoids center field. He likes left and right when he steps up to the plate here on Magnitude Sports. He has 4 hits to left and 4 hits to right in his high school career, and he's only a junior. And this one's lifted up to right, and Noah Link is underneath it, and that's 2 pitches and 2 outs. So that'll move us to batter 3. It's the sophomore, Colin Morey.
Now batting second baseman, number 7, Colin Morey.
And this one is fouled at the plate. And it will take more than 3 pitches to take care of the first inning here for Lane Dilly. Dilly, well, this one will be sent out to left field. Evovold chasing it. It'll be a base hit. Runners on. And that'll bring up Carson Hagen, a pitcher versus pitcher battle now.
Pitcher, number 11, Carson Hagen.
So the senior Hagen will face pitch number 5 from Lane Dilly on the mound. We'll go around the bases here for the Bulldogs in just a moment. And maybe we'll have to wait until the next inning. That one's popped out left field, and it'll drop for a base hit. And moving into third is Morey. They will hold the brakes on him there. And it's a double for Carson Hagen out into deep left center. Puts runners on second and third, and now the Trojans are in business after 2 pitches and 2 outs. They'll bring up Jade Shumperlin.
Center fielder, number 10, Jay Shumperlin.
So Jaden Herrig is the catcher here for the Bulldogs, and around the bases you got Gavin Parsh at first, Kale Misagatis at second, Owen Herrig at shortstop, Hunter Haugen at third. Outfield is coming up. In left field, it's Drew Evovold, and Evovold will dive and make the catch. You got Tyson Misagatis in center and Noah Link in right, and that will end the first inning of play. They'll strand 2 on base, but they get a couple of hits here in this inning, but they get nobody across the plate. Closest they got was 90 feet away. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Lee's Electric in Barnesville proudly cheers on the Trojans this sports season. As a featured business on the Barnesville City website, Lee's Electric can help you with your electrical needs and projects big or small. So when there's a blast to straightaway center field, a lightning quick touchdown pass, a supercharged ace serve, or that electric layup drive in the baseline, whenever you see an electric play in the game, think Lee's Electric. Let's go Trojans.
All right, welcome back to Reed Field here in Barnesville. It's a 4-0 lead for the Ottertail Central Bulldogs after one complete. Broadcast coverage brought to you by TNT Repair of Henning, along with AutoFix in Henning. AutoFix in Henning also offering in-house locksmithing services. Service and repair to all makes and models, including diesels. And they are a complete auto care center located in Henning and Ottertail in Minnesota, proudly cheering on the Bulldogs here today. And we also want to thank our friends at Barnesville Cenex, along with Ratzel's Pool Hall, Midwest Bank, Priority Real Estate, Santana Concrete, Maple River Green and Agronomy, Dean's Bulk Service, Willow Creek Insurance, Barnesville Booster Club, All Green Construction, Four Hill Farms, The Pitchfork, Barnesville Drug and Hardware, CNS Cleaning and Restoration, Lee's Electric, The Purple Goose for supporting the Trojans baseball and softball teams this spring here on Magnitude Sports. Certainly appreciate their support all year long. Fall, winter, spring, you name it. They're there for the Trojans. And now that is fouled, so it's a 2-strike count now here to Owen Harig, if I'm saying that correct. Herrig. if I can read my own handwriting, that's how I wrote it down on how to say it was Herrig. So, and a strikeout. That's the first strikeout of the game, brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Carson Hagen has one. We'll see if he can get another one here on the next batter. It's Tyson Mizigatis.
For the Bulldogs, center fielder, number 4, Tyson Mizigatis.
This one's outside for ball 1. Back to the top of the order already here for the Bulldogs as Mizigatis would crunch one into center field just past Colin Morey at second base last time he was at the plate. Takes this one down the middle, but a little high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. 25 pitches for Hagen now. 19 of them have found the strike zone. Once again, a hit is also considered a strike, just like that one is. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 2-1 the count now. And that one's lifted up. Chumplin racing after it. He will call off Nozzle and make the grab, and that's out number 2. So a fly out from Mizigatis to center field. Chumplin makes the grab, and Gavin Parsh, the batter now.
Number 5, first baseman Gavin Parsh.
1 for 1, had that bunt single that he pushed by Carson Hagen as Hagen came up to try and scoop it up, but ball went a little bit quicker than Hagen could backpedal. Makes up for it here by tossing a strike that gets by Parsh. And now this one's sent out to center field. Chumperlin backtracking is Morey, and coming in to make the catch was Brady Nozzle. At least I think, no, he's saying, the umpire's saying he did not make the catch. So it's going to be a base hit, I guess. And that'll be the 6th hit of the game here for the Bulldogs.
Pitcher, number 9, Lane Dilley.
So Lane Dilley now, 1 for 1, single to left field last time he was up. Runner goes, and the throw up to second is into center field. He'll take a couple bounces. Chumperlin will scoop it up. So an overthrow at second. Parsh will get the stolen base. Pitch came across as a strike to Dilley, so it's 0-1. Two away and 1 runner on scoring position, so a little bit better than the first inning here for Barnesville defensively. And a strike is thrown there for strike 2, and if Hagen get 1 more of those, he'll send the Bulldogs back to the dugout quickly. Hagen will look back at second. He'll go, and he swings and misses, and that's a Tommy's Express Car Wash strikeout number 2 for Carson Hagen. That takes care of business here in the top half of the second. They strand 1 runner on base, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963. Welcome back to Barnesville, Minnesota. We're at Reed Field here. So the Trojans are hosting the Ottertail Central Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs are up 4-0 right now as we move into the home half of the second. It'll be batters 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup for Barnesville. We'll start with Brady Nozzle. Nozzle 3 for 7 lifetime on Magnitude Sports, with both of his hits going to left center field. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Dilly's having a good day on the mound so far. He's tossed only 8 pitches. He's on the 6th batter in the lineup. This will be pitch 9. And he's found the strike zone 7 of 9 times now here, as it's a 1-1 count to Brady Nozzle. Of course, he got the first 2 batters out on 1 pitch each. Ten pitches now for Dilly, 3 balls and 7 strikes, according to my numbers. Pitch, and that one's lifted out towards right. Noah Link is chasing after it, and he will go into foul territory, and that one will escape him. Or I guess it won't. I thought I saw it hit the ground, but I guess it's an out.
Number 8, Joey Torpin.
Joey Torfin, the batter now. Strike one here to the senior Torfin. 2 for 5 on Magnitude Sports this season. And the 0-1. And that one is low and misses for a ball. It's 1-1. 300 feet down the left field and right field lines. You got I think it's 356 to straightaway center. 360, I can't read it from here. It's 350 to 360 to straightaway center. We'll go with that. 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. He may have tipped that one foul. Either way, it's strike 2. And this one, a chopper towards short. Owen Herrig will pick it up, and he'll fire it over to first to Parsh for the out. That is out number 2. 6-3 on the ground out if you're scoring at home, and that'll bring up Max Olson.
The Trojans left fielder, number 17, Max Olson.
Swing and miss. He may have been a little bit late on that swing there. Otherwise, he may have had a nice hit out into left center. Oh, 0-1 as a result. And now he'll bounce this one foul towards third, and it'll be 0-2. And the 0-2, up high and in for ball 1. Lane Dilly still looking for his first strikeout, and he has not gotten one until just now. That's his first on the Tommy's Express Car Wash strikeout counter, and that will bring a conclusion to the second inning of play. It remains 4-0 after 2 complete here on the Magnitude Sports scoreboard. We'll be right back in a moment with more.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your local Health Mart pharmacy and hardware Hank store in Barnesville. Open weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays until noon. Stop in at 117 Front Street to select your next grill or smoker. Choose from a wide variety including Pit Boss, Weber, Traeger, and Blackstone. Let one of Barnesville Drug and Hardware's friendly team members help you pick the grill or smoker that's just right for you. Search Barnesville Drug and Hardware on Facebook and give them a like and follow. Barnesville Drug and Hardware wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and this season.
Welcome back. It's batters 8, 9, and 1 here for the Bulldogs. Actually, hang on. It's not either. It's batters 4, 5, and 6. It's the middle of the order. It's Jaden Herrig. We'll see Garrett Nelson, Hunter Haugen in the sunning as well. Herrig reached on an error. Well, actually, he probably reached on a hit, and then the error came after it to advance his teammate to base. So we'll give him, we'll correct the error and give him a hit, and then the error was charged later in that play. Last time he was at the plate. It's the lone error of the game so far. This one taken well to left. Max Olson over his head all the way back to the wall. It bounces off the fence, and that'll be an easy double for Herrig. And it's the 7th base hit of the game already for the Ottertail Central Bulldogs. And it'll be Ryan Despard coming in to run at second base for the Bulldogs. Number 29 will come in at the 29th minute of the ball game. Garrett Nelson scored one of the 4 runs on a sac fly to left field last time he was at the plate. And this one will drop in for ball 1. Once again, broadcast coverage also brought to you by TNT Repair of Henning and also AutoFix with 2 locations, one in Henning and one in Ottertail. Along with Santana Concrete in Barnesville. And this one out to left again. Olson's underneath for the catch, and that's out number 1.
For OTC, number 15, third baseman Hunter Haugen.
Hunter Haugen 1 for 1 with a single down the third base line. That was that hard hit ball towards the third baseman that ricocheted off the glove of Ballgreen into Ash O'Brien's glove at shortstop last time he was at the plate. Pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-0 here to Haugen. Noah Link is the batter on deck. Haugen and Link represent batters 6 and 7 in the lineup here as we now hit the 30-minute mark of the ball game, and that one's low and out for ball 2. 4 runs in the first, and since then, nobody has scored anything. And that one hit hard and sneaks by the third baseman into left field. They will sneak Despard around third. He'll come in and score, and it'll be 5-0 on the RBI single for Hunter Haugen down the third base line.
Right fielder number 2, Noah Link.
The 8th hit of the ball game here, and we're in the top of the 3rd. It's been a good day so far here for the 15-3 Bulldogs. Pickoff attempt there on Haugen at first. Well, he's back in time. Noah Links, the batter, grounded out on a bunt right back to the pitcher. Now time is called here. And it looks like the umpire is saying something to the runner on first. That one just missed. 1-0 here to Noah Link. Once again, he grounded out on a bunt right back to the pitcher. Last time he was at the plate. And that one's on the edge. Morey doing a nice job of framing that over the outer edge of the plate there to gain the strike. And now, on a 1-1 count, Link will face pitch number 40 here from Hagen. And that one will be bunted out towards ball green. He'll scoop it up, and he will lose it. That will be another error, second error of the game here. Snow Link will reach. Looked like he had a good play on it too, and the ball just slipped out of his glove. As a result, 2 runners on, and that'll bring up Kale Mizagatis.
Second baseman, number 7, Kale Mizagatis.
And they'll show another bunt. That one's popped up and out of play. Strike one. Mizagatis would fly out to Max Olson in left field last time he was at the plate. So he's 0 for 1 on the day thus far, but 1 run here in the top of the third and the first 4 in the top of the first, and a pleasant 5-0 lead here for the Bulldogs at this point in the contest. Barnesville threatened on a couple of occasions in the bottom half of the first, but they couldn't get anybody in. It could very well be a 5-2 or a 5-3 ball game right now, if not for a couple spectacular defensive plays here for the Bulldogs. That one will miss outside for ball 2. It's 2-1. That one right back into your TV screen. And this one hit hard, picked up on 2 hops by Ballgreen, steps on third, fires it across, and well, he gets the force out on Haugen at third, but the runners will advance on a misfire across over to the first baseman, Torfin.
Number 8, shortstop Owen Herrick.
So Haugen out at third. He's off base now. Noah Link is on third. Mizagatis is on second. First base is open. The batter's Owen Herrig. And Herrig lifts one up deep left. Max Olson is there, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Actually, out number 3. My apologies.
For the Bulldogs.
I don't know. Oh, yep, that's right. Force out at third. That is indeed out number 3. So they'll strand 2 on base, and we'll go now to the home half of the third and see if the Trojans can respond here. We'll be back in just a moment on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right. Broadcast coverage is also brought to you by TNT Repair of Henning, as well as Auto Fix in Henning. Jeff and Holly Weller. Jeff, recognized as a national technician in the year 2021. Pop-up foul territory. First baseman looking to make a play on it. And he made the catch right behind the dugout there for the first out. And that was John Roller who popped out. And now bring up Quincy Morey now as we return to the top of the order.
Catcher, number 6, Quincy Morey.
So it took 21 pitches for Dilly to get through the first 9 batters for Barnesville here, and now he'll toss pitch 22 to the top of the order. And he gets it in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Morey flied out to Mizigatis in center field last time he was at the plate. 0-1 as a result. And that one will come in low. It's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Auto Fix in Henning also does auto starts, accessory installations, diagnostics, and electrical. Full tire and alignment services at both locations in Henning and Ottertail. And also in-house locksmithing services, along with service and repair to all makes and models, including diesels. They're your complete auto care center in Ottertail and Henning. 2 balls, 2 strikes now here to Quincy Morey. Swing and a miss on a pitch to the outside. It's the second strikeout for Delhi on the Tommy's Express Car Wash strikeout counter here for the Bulldogs. And now it's Asher O'Brien who would fly out to Noah Lincoln right field last time he was at the plate.
Asher O'Brien.
And a strike is delivered. Pushes Colin Morey into the on-deck circle here for Barnesville. No balls and a strike and 2 away and nobody on right now. And now the umpire having some words with Barnesville coach. No balls and a strike here as Lane Dilly will get ready to toss pitch 28. And he gets it in there for strike 2. That one's outside. I don't think Dilly meant to send it out there. I think it left his hand awkwardly. Although it's not a bad pitch to throw it to the outside on an 0-2 count, but I don't think that's what he was intending to do. This one he tried to go right down the middle, but elevated it a little bit high to even the count at 2-2. And the 2-2, and that one's a line drive right into the glove of K.O. Mizigatis. And that is out number 3, and that ends the 3rd inning of play. 3 complete, 5-0 Bulldogs here at Reed Field in Barnesville. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your local Health Mart pharmacy and hardware Hank store in Barnesville. Open weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays until noon. Stop in at 117 Front Street. Get everything you need for your home. Smoke alarms, thermometers, Ethernet, coax cable, and maybe a little something for your kitchen. Baking goods, paper supplies, toasters, coffee pots, griddles, and stove and oven accessories. Don't forget that Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your Valspar Paint headquarters. Barnesville Drug and Hardware. Give them a like and follow on Facebook. Barnesville Drug and Hardware wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. All right, welcome back. During the break, the umpire threw out one of the Barnesville players. I don't know if he said something in the box that he didn't like, but so Barnesville's down one of their subs. It was not one of the starters, so that's good news for Barnesville. But, this particular umpire, I've seen at a few other games this season, and he's a pretty hard guy to don't want to mess around with him. He will not be too kind if you get on his bad side. That's one thing I've noticed about this particular ump this season at a few games I've been at. Tyson Mizigatis is the batter now here, 1 for 2. He had a single to shallow right center, and then he would also fly out to right center. Takes this pitch for strike 1. So once again, Tyson Mizigatis is the batters. We're back at the top of the order for the third time here in the top of the fourth for the Bulldogs. Counts even now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. And it is another Tommy's Express Car Wash strikeout for Carson Hagan. His third of the game as he gets Mizigatis and now bring up Gavin Parsh, who's 2 for 2. Bunt single and a single to right field on his 2 trips to the plate so far. 44 minutes into the game, 12 balls and 38 strikes on 50 pitches for Carson Hagan. Here's throw number 51. And it is framed up over the lower edge of the strike zone. 0-1. And the pitch. That one lifted up towards right. Drifts foul, out of play, and strike 2. And that one's low and out for a ball. Ottertail Central has one more game on the 25th this coming Thursday. They'll travel down to Evansville to take on the Brendan Evansville Chargers. And Barnesville has 2 more games on their schedule. They will try and do the travel down to Breckenridge on Thursday for a doubleheader with the Cowboys. And then they'll wrap up the regular season. Then we'll look at section tournament brackets and all that cool stuff. Two balls and 2 strikes. Strike fouled, ball fouled away. And the 2-2 pitch is lifted up. Foul territory, Torfin running after it, and he cannot quite catch up to it. Needed about an extra step to secure that one, and it'll drop for a very long duplicate of strike 2. Come on, Gavin. 2-2. And it's low for a ball. It's ball 3 now, and a full count here to the 2 for 2 Gavin Parsh. Lane Dilly is the batter on deck here for the Bulldogs. And that one might find, no, it looks like Nozzle will be there, and he will. He'll make the catch. So that's out number 2, and they'll bring up Lane Dilly. The Bulldogs' next opponent, the Chargers. We saw them on Magnitude Sports earlier this week, picking up a 7-1 victory over the Pelican Rapids Vikings. If you missed that game, you can go back and watch it. It was just last week, I believe, Monday, I believe it was. No, it was last Friday. It was last Friday. Strike called there. 0-1 here to Lane Dilly. He's 1 for 2. Singled to left. Most recently, he struck out swinging. One of 3 victims of strikeouts from Carson Hagen. This one lifted up center field. Chumperland stays where he's at and secures the catch. Nobody left on base. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we return now to the Trojans' half of the 4th. We're halfway home. We're 47 minutes in, halfway through the game. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today. Don't forget, you can follow us online at YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can check out the website, magnitudesn.com. And if you click on the schedule button at magnitudesn.com, you can pull up our upcoming broadcast schedule. Thursday, we're in Bob Marshall Field in Dilworth as the Holly Nuggets get a makeup game against Ada Borp, and then they get the second game of their doubleheader from a week ago, actually closer to 2 weeks ago now, against the DGF Rebels, who they played the first game as a home game for DGF and Holly, and now the second game of that doubleheader is a home game for DGF in Dilworth, and that'll start at 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. here on Thursday. And then we travel down to Lincoln, Nebraska for some baseball coverage on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it'll be a busy weekend for us here at Magnitude Sports. We go to the home half of the 4th now, and the batter is Colin Morey. He singled into left field last time he was up. And now the count's even at 1-1 here to Colin Morey. And this one is a hard hit ball to Parsh at first. It's a direct ground out to first. Out number 1, that brings up Carson Hagen, batter 4 in the lineup. So 3, 4, and 5 are the do-up batters here in the home half of the 4th. Through 12 batters, Lane Dilly's tossed 34 and make it 35 pitches now on the 13th batter that he's faced in this contest so far. 1 ball, no strike. And that one is sent to left field. And it is caught there by Drew Evevold. And that's out number 2. I'll bring up Jay Chumperland now. Chumperland flew out to Evevold in left field last time he was up as well. 10 minutes in front of the 1 hour mark of the ball game here. Here's Dilly with the windup. Fouled back, strike 1. And a swing and a miss as the pitch went underneath the swing of the bat by Chumperland, and it's 0-2. It may have been a ball had he not taken a swing. It may have been. 0-2. Swung on, hit up high, going to right. Noah Link tracking it, backpedaling a little bit, and he secures the out to conclude inning number 4. So another scoreless inning here for both of these teams, and we move to the 5th now with the Bulldogs up 5-0 here on Magnitude Sports. We'll be back in just a moment. Ratzo's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzo's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzo's Pool Hall on Facebook. Give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzo's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzo's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town. All right, welcome back. 4 complete. We might have a chance to get through this game. For the first time since 10 o'clock this morning, the hour-by-hour forecast has not changed within the last 30 minutes. So we might see some rain here in the next hour, but so far so good. And we have 4 complete and 3 to go in theory, unless Barnesville can tie this one up and force extras. For the Trojan fans, they're hoping that they can do exactly what I just said, but it's not going to be an easy task. 0-1 now here to the batter. It's Jaden Herrig. Actually, it's 0-2, my apologies, and now it will remain 0-2. Carson Hagen now on pitch 64. Jaden Herrig reached on a base hit. And he also reached on a double to left field. And this one's popped up, right center field. Rushing in is Brady Nozzle for the catch. And that's out number 1. Now bring up Garrett Nelson.
The Bulldogs designated hitter. Number 12, Garrett Nelson.
Garrett Nelson 0 for 1, sent a sac fly to left to score a run, and then he also flied out to left on his last at bat. And this one will be popped up center field. Chumperland going after it, and it'll drop right in front of Max Olson for a base hit, and it's another double. So now he's 1 for 3, I believe, 1 for 2 actually, as he gets on with a double and the 9th base hit of the game, I think. Yes, the 9th base hit of the game.
Third baseman, number 15, Hunter Haugen.
Hunter Haugen, the batter now. He's 2 for 2. He has a pair of singles. He's blasted both of them down the third base line. This pitch will move low and out for ball 1 to Haugen. Noah Link moves into the on-deck circle here as the Bulldogs, with 1 out, have a runner in scoring position, looking to add some insurance runs here to their 5-0 lead here 55 minutes into the ball game. And the pitch. Strike 1. Hagen jamming up Haugen on that pitch there, but he missed the strike zone, and it's 2-1. Once again, 2 singles here for Haugen, both of them down the third base line. This one outside, and it's ball 3. And pitch 70 coming up here for Carson Hagen. And this one chopped foul down the third base side, and now it's a full count at 3-2. So ball, strike, ball, and fouled away in that order. And pitch number 6 of the at-bat coming up here for Haugen. Once again, 1 away. If no double plays happen, we'll see Noah Link next. Here's the payoff pitch. And this one is hit well into the gap there in left field. Rounding third is Garrett Nelson. He'll come in and score. It's an RBI single for Haugen. And Haugen's 3 for 3 in this ball game. So on the 10th hit of the game, they bring in the 6th run of the game. And they're first here in the top of the 5th. So they have 4 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the 5th. The Bulldogs having much success in the odd innings. They cannot get nothing going in the even number innings. And here's another hit that will drop for a base hit. That's the 11th hit of the game now, and runners on first and second.
Way to go, Noah.
Second baseman, number 7, Kale Mizagatis.
Just double checking the numbers here. What you see on your screen is indeed accurate. And this one sent foul, third base side. It's Kale Mizagatis, the batter. Mizagatis reached on an error, and then he would fly out to left. That pitch, nice block there by Maury. Ball 1. Pitch 75 now for Hagen. And he'll miss. It's 2-1. And this one's fouled at the plate. That'll be 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Hunter Haugen on second, Noah Link on first. Runners on for the Bulldogs as we reach the 1 hour mark of this ball game now. Hagen will look back at Haugen on second, deliver the 2-2 high and in. We have a full count. First pitch at 5:04. Back then it was 85 degrees. We've dropped down to 83 degrees now here under mostly cloudy sky at Reed Field in Barnesville. 2 hopper and picks it up, throws it over to first on a bounce. Didn't get it there, but it will be a force out on Haugen at third for out number 2. And that will put Mizagatis on with a fielder's choice.
Shortstop, number 8, Owen Herod.
So first and second still here as the lead runner is taken off base, and now Noah Link stands on second. As that pitch will miss for a ball, and it's 1-0 here to Owen Herrig. 0 for 2, struck out looking and flied out to left. Kale Mizagatis on first, the runner on for the Bulldogs. And this one's lifted up, foul territory towards the Barnesville dugout, and it'll go out of play, and they'll be good for strike 1. .22 balls and 58 strikes on 80 pitches here for Carson Hagen. One pitch, fouled back, 1-2. Tyson Mizagatis will do the honors of picking up that fouled away pitch there. He's the batter on deck here for the Bulldogs, but with 2 away, Herrig would have to reach base, and he nearly reached base there. Up to third, and the tag is applied, and he is out. And that is the end of the top of the 5th. Herrig's at-bat will continue in the top of the 6th. They leave 1 runner stranded on base, and we go to the home half of the 5th as the Trojans will exchange their gloves for the bats and come out swinging. Looking to put some runs up here as they trail 6-0 now here to the Bulldogs. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Established in 1989, the charitable mission of the Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially those involving kids and youth. Learn more about the Barnesville Booster Club by following the Barnesville Booster Club Facebook page, where you can get more information on member drives, upcoming events, and more. You can also learn more by contacting the Barnesville High School office, and the Barnesville Booster Club can also be followed on Twitter. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. Go Trojans!
Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Maybe you need a summer getaway. Contact Josh Weedcheck, your local hometown licensed real estate agent with Priority Real Estate in Barnesville. Josh will assist you in finding a new home for you and your family. Whether it's a pre-existing home or a lot available to build your own dream home, call or text Josh today, 218-790-2477. Priority Real Estate, wishing the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
All right, welcome back. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for Barnesville. Brady Nozzle will lead it off. We'll see Joey Torfin and Max Olson this inning as well. Lane Dilly will toss pitch 40 to start the bottom half of the fifth inning. Nozzle's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field to Noah Link last time he was at the plate. Broadcast coverage brought to you by our friends at Barnesville Senex and Ratzel's Pool Hall, Midwest Bank. And over to third, and it's a 5-3 ground out for out number 1. Also, broadcast coverage also brought to you by our friend Josh Weedcheck at Priority Real Estate, TNT Repair of Henning, Santana Concrete, Dean's Bulk Service, Auto Fix in both Henning and Ottertail, making this broadcast between the Bulldogs and Trojans possible today, among others. One away now, and it's Joey Torfin. So once again, there's a 5-3 ground out there for Nozzle. And this could be a 6-3 ground out, and it will be. So out 1 was a 5-3, and out 2 was a 6-3. And they're just working around their bases on the ground outs here, and Max Olson will try to avoid a 4-3 ground out. That would be the next one in the pattern if if that pattern continues. So 2 up, 2 down here for Barnesville, and they're running out of outs, down 6 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. And that one will come inside, nearly nicked the pants there of Olson. Ball 1. Olson 0 for 1. So he would fly out last time he was at the plate. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Total of 6 strikeouts combined between the 2 pitchers here so far today on the Tommy's Express Car Wash strikeout counter. 1-1 the count here to Max Olson. Now it's strike 2. Nice pitch there by Dilly. Made Olson think it was going to the outside, but kept it over that outside edge. 1-2, hour and 5 minutes. Pitch 45 coming up for Dilly. And through 4 2/3 innings, they only have 45 pitches. Is actually pretty impressive. And that is strikeout number 3 for Lane Dilly on the Tommy's Express Car Wash strikeout counter. And now we have 5 complete. As it's 3 up, 3 down for Barnesville. We move to the 6th inning with the Bulldogs up 6-0. Looking for more when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today.
Welcome back. Top of the 6th, broadcast coverage of this game between the Bulldogs and Trojans. Brought to you by TNT Repair of Henning, Barnesville Senex, Ratzel's Pool Hall, Midwest Bank, Priority Real Estate, Santana Concrete, Dean's Bulk Service and Auto Fix in Henning and Ottertail, among others here. And we certainly appreciate the support of each and every one of those sponsors that make this coverage possible here on Magnitude Sports. Owen Herrig, along with Tyson Mizigatis and Gavin Parks, pending changes. It's batters 9, 1, and 2 for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 6th. Carson Hagen, I think he's still on the mound, and if it is, it is. It's pitch 83. And that one will be bunted down the third base side, and that is a nice bunt. There was nothing the Trojans, well, maybe there was something they could have done about it, but there was nothing Hagen could do about it. Let's put it that way. So it'll be a bunt single, and that'll bring up Tyson Mizigatis, top of the order again here. As they now collect their 12th hit of the game here at 1 hour and 7 minutes in. Still no rain yet here. Crossing our fingers, it stays away here for another 6 outs. 1 ball, no strike. Herrig will get a little bit of a lead off on first. Hagen will deliver and taking off for second. Throw is up there, close, but Herrig's in time. Just barely, though. Pitch comes across as a ball. It's 2-0. And another bunt. Ball green will come up. He'll fire it over to first. He may have run it out, and he did. It's going to be a bunt, another bunt single here for Mizigatis. So that puts runners on the corners here for Gavin Parks, who's 2 for 3. He also reached on a bunt single on his first at bat. Then he singled to right, and then he would fly out to right. Runner goes to second as Barnesville will give him the free stolen base to avoid the double steals. They are already down 6-0. They would prefer to keep it that way going into the home half of the 6th. We'll see if they can do it. Pitch came across as a ball. It's 1-0, and now this one hit as a base hit into center field. That will score Herrig, and it's 7-0. And stopping at third is Mizigatis. So that's the 14th hit of the game now.
Pitcher number 9, Lane Dilley.
Runners on the corners once again here for Lane Dilley. 1 for 3, single to left, struck out swinging. I'll fly out to right center. 7-0 lead here for the Bulldogs. Runner goes to second, and Morey will quickly move to his right to pick up that loose pitch, and it's 1-0. Hagen now at 89 according to my numbers. The next one will be 90. Only seen one pitcher this season cross the 100 pitch mark in baseball. Nozzle is there. And now tagging on third is Mizigatis, and now he'll go back. And now Parsh is caught between second and third. And he makes it back to second in time. As Dilley flies out.
Pitcher number 6, Jaden Herrig.
And now Jaden Herrig, 1 for 3. Actually 2 for 3. Base hit into shallow left, a double into deep left, and a fly out to deep right. And there's a strike. 1 hour, 11 minutes. Time of the game now, and pitch 92 coming up for Hagen. This one fouled right back, for good for strike 2. So 2 runners in scoring position here. And only 1 out with Garrett Nelson on deck. Here's the pitch. That one's popped up. It's a chance here for Colin Morey. He'll call everybody off, and that's out number 2. Runners will stay right where they're at. Herrig pops out to the second baseman. That brings up the aforementioned Garrett Nelson, who is 1 for 2. Sack fly to left to score a run, a fly out to left, and then a double to left. So all of his hits have gone to about the exact same spot in left field. A sack fly, a fly out, and a double. And this one was drifting towards left, but it drifted foul as well. 0-1. And now Nelson will face pitch 95 here from Hagen. Swing and a miss. It was a delayed swing, and it cost him a strike. And a strikeout for out number 3. They'll leave 2 stranded on base, and we go now to the home half of the 6th. Bulldogs came close to make it in a 9-0 game, but those runners will get stranded as Nelson strikes out. And now it'll be John Roller, Quincy Morey, and Asher O'Brien. Batters 9, 1, and 2 for Barnesville, pending changes. When we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Maybe you need a summer getaway. Contact Josh Weedcheck, your local hometown licensed real estate agent with Priority Real Estate in Barnesville. Josh will assist you in finding a new home for you and your family. Whether it's a pre-existing home or a lot available to build your own dream home, call or text Josh today, 218-790-2477. Priority Real Estate, wishing the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
Welcome back. John Roller, the batter here. Once again, it's batters 9-1-2 for the Trojans. And strike one is called. Roller, only his second plate appearance here as we're in batter 9 in the lineup. He would fly out to Gavin Parsh, the first baseman, in foul territory. And now he flies out to Noah Link in right field, and it's 2 pitches in and out. And 1 up, 1 down here for Barnesville in the home half of the 6th. And now it's Quincy Morey's turn as we return now to the top of the order.
The Trojans catcher, number 6, Quincy Morey.
Morey's 0 for 2. He'd fly out to center field. He would strike out swing. This one fouled back, strike one. One and two now here to Morey. Asher O'Brien is the batter on deck. Lane Dilly now 14 balls and 36 strikes on 50 pitches. We're an hour and 15 minutes in. And this one is a two-hopper towards Mizagatis. He mishandles it, but fires it over, and he came off the base. And Morey's safe. That'll be an error on the second baseman, Mizagatis, who threw it off the mark over to Parsh at first.
The Trojans shortstop, number 1, Asher O'Brien.
Runner goes up to second, and he slides in, and ball will escape into shallow center. Morey will get to second base on the steal, and it's, I believe it's 1-0 here to O'Brien. See if the official confirms that or not. He will not. 1-0. And now it's 2-0. One out, runner on second is Quincy Morey, and the pitch. And that one's hit well, but running over, it'll be a base hit. It'll get by Evivold, who's charging in. Rounding third is Quincy Morey, and the Trojans will avoid the shutout. Asho O'Brien is in at third, and now he's going to get an RBI triple, and he'll come in and score on the throw. And a 2-run score. It's RBI triple plus an advancement on the throw, and that's the first error of the game here for the Bulldogs. If Quincy Morey would not have hesitated at third and just kept going, he would have had an inside the park home run. That one will skip by Misagatis in the right field. And now Morey's going to try for second, and he is going to get there. And another run scores. Wait. No run score. I forgot to add the previous run here on in my scorebook. And now a visit to the mound here. And we'll see if that's it for Lane Dilly. I wouldn't think that it is. I think it's just going to be a talk here.
Hot dogs right now. Hot dogs, $1.
So all of a sudden, Barnesville with a little bit of life here in the bottom of the 6th. They're still down 5, but with one away, they got a runner on second. As Barnesville's trying everything they can to put themselves back into this game. Carson Hagan 1 for 2, double to left and a fly out to left so far here in the contest. And the pitch, and a little high, and it's ball 1. And this one hit hard, but drifts foul in front of the third base bag. Even the count up at 1 apiece. So you got ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on second. It's Colin Morey. And 2 runs have come in here in the bottom of the 6th for Barnesville. And the pitch, that one's lifted up. And it's going to drift foul, and it'll be caught for out number 2. So Hagan will fly out for the second out of the inning. Morey stays put on second, and now it's Jay Chumperland. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out to left and a fly out to center. And that one's hit well, and that could very well bring in Morey from second, and he will round third. And it's going to be an RBI single for Chumperland, and now Barnesville's in business here. 7-3 on their 5th hit of the game. They've gotten 4 of those 5 hits here in the bottom of the 6th. So it's an RBI single. Brings Morey home, and Brady Nozzle the batter now. And he'll try and keep the 2-out magic going here for Barnesville. Chumperland back in time on the pickoff attempt there. If Barnesville scores another run here in this inning, I expect maybe another visit to the mound here for Ottertail Central. 4-run lead is still a fairly comfortable lead, but if Barnesville can chop that down to 3 runs, might start to send some nerves down into the mind of the Ottertail coach. I think it's 1 ball, 1 strike. And this one hit hard, 2-bouncer. Haugen at third, up to second. Then they'll get the force out on Chumperlin, and that's all they'll need. So Nozzle will reach on a fielder's choice, and he'll be left stranded on base, and that ends the 6th inning of play. But they get 2 runs across the plate on 4 hits and 2 Ottertail errors. And they leave 1 on base. And we'll be back here with the top of the 7th as the Bulldogs look to get some of those back here in the top of the 7th to push their lead back beyond 4. We'll see if they can do it when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. Newell will set it up near side. Lexi Ballgreen tipped, and it's a kill for Ballgreen. That pulls the Barnesville Trojans within a point. They get the serve back. Inquest works out of the shotgun again. He's looking deep, and he's got a man with a little bit of room. It bounces off the back of the neck of a Barnesville Trojan, and it's intercepted. Gannon Ballgreen will get the deflected pass.
Intercepted on the deflection by number 6, Gannon Ballgreen.
Welcome back, 6 complete. The Bulldogs have a 7-3 lead here as Barnesville tried to cut as much out of that 7-0 deficit as they could in the home half of the 5th. Broadcast coverage brought to you today by our friends at TNT Repair of Henning, as well as AutoFix with 2 locations, one in Henning and one in Ottertail. AutoFix would do general to major repairs, including auto starts, accessory installations, diagnostics, and electrical. Full tire and alignment services at both their Henning and Ottertail locations, as well as in-house locksmithing services. Service and repair to all makes and models, including diesels. They are your complete auto care center, located in both Henning and Ottertail. That is AutoFix in Henning and Ottertail. Swing and a miss, strike 1 now here to the batter, and I believe it's Hunter Haugen, and it is. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts, 1 to third and 1 to short. And this one will find its way into right field as Colin Morey couldn't quite stretch out. No result in a hit and a base and a single here for Haugen to end his 0 for 2 streak. Noah Link now 1 for 3.
Right fielder, number 2, Noah Link.
Grounded out to the pitcher, reached base on an error, and then singled out into center field in that order on his trips to the plate today. Ball 1. Nobody out. Hunter Haugen on first. Noah Link the batter. Kale Mizgatis on deck. We'll see those 3 for sure this inning. Pickoff attempt there on Haugen is no good. The next pitch here for Hagen is pitch number 100. And 100 is high for ball 29. And it's ball 2 now here to Noah Link. So on 100 pitches, 29 balls and 71 strikes. And that one is sent off foul. And now we have a 3-1 count here to Noah Link. Once again, Kale Mizgatis is on deck. Mizgatis. Got the little extra syllable in there. My apologies. And this one lifted up. In left, Max Olson's there for the catch. And Hunter Haugen will stay put at first base. And now Kale Mizgatis. 0 for 3 today. As he would fly out to left, reach base on an error, and then he'd reach base on a fielder's choice as well. And the next pitch by Carson Hagen will be pitch 104, and that'll be the max number of pitches that we've seen a baseball pitcher throw on a Magnitude broadcast this spring. 103 is the max so far. And this one will put Hagen in the lead if that's a stat category you want to have the lead in. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not Hagen anymore. It's Jay Chumperland. My apologies. So just forget everything I just said. I missed the pitching change between innings there. This one taking the left, it'll be a base hit. So make some adjustments here on our pitching stats and get you some accurate numbers here for Carson Hagen when we get an opportunity to do so. 1 hour and 22 minutes into the ball game here. One away and 2 runners on. Owen Herrig, the batter. 1 ball, no strike. He's 1 for 3. Struck out looking, flied out to left, reached on a bunt single that he pushed down the third base line. And this one is a grounder that'll sneak by Ballgreen into left field. And that'll be a base hit to load the bases. So back-to-back singles. Put runners on first, second, and third for Tyson Mizaganis, who's 2 for 4.
Bulldog center fielder, number 4, Tyson Mizagatis.
He had a bunt single down the third base line. Then he would fly out to right center field. Then he would strike out swinging, and then he would, I'm sorry, I mixed that up. He had a single to right center. Then a fly out to right center. Then the strikeout swinging. Then he got the bunt single down the third base line. Takes strike 1 here, and it's 0-1. Mixed up his first and last at bats there on the first try at that one. And the pitch is outside, ball 1.
On your way home? Yeah. Got detained a little.
Once again, Ottertail Central will take a trip down to Evansville on Thursday to take on the Brandon Evansville Chargers. Barnesville will take a trip to Breckenridge on Thursday for a doubleheader with the Cowboys. There's a ball hit the left and just foul. And that'll make the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Magnitude will take about a 15-mile trip north of Barnesville here for a pair of baseball games, one between the Holly Nuggets and the Ada Borup West Cougars, and then that'll be followed immediately by the Holly Nuggets and the DGF Rebels. Brad Anderson will have the call in the first game. Who has the call in the second game is up in the air at the moment. And they will struggle. That will be an error on the first baseman. And a run will score, and it's 8-3.
Way to go, Tyson.
Game up in crazy there. And he's been out that afternoon. Sunday afternoon. He's done real well on the sunny thing.
First baseman, number 5, Gavin Pausch.
So the bases remain loaded. K.O. Mizagatis moves to third. Owen Herrig on second. Tyson Mizagatis on first. This is Gavin Parsh, the batter. Takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. Parsh 3 for 4. Reached on a bunt single, and then he would single to right field, and then he would fly out to right field, and then he would single to left center field. This is his 5th trip to the plate today, and he's even at 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one's popped up. Brady nozzles there, and the runner will not tag, and that's out number 2. So Parsh will fly out to shallow right. It wasn't deep enough for a sacrifice fly, and they'll take the sacrifice fly off the board. Runners will stay in their original spots on base, and it's up to Lane Dilly to keep this top of the 7th going here for the Bulldogs. And a strike is called on Dilly. Dilly's 1 for 4. He would single to left, strike out swinging, fly out to shallow right, and fly out again to shallow right. 2 away, 0-1 count, bases loaded, shot foul, 0-2. See if Chumperling can get his team out of this bases loaded jam here with 2 away. On an 0-2 count, maybe a pitch to the outside to see if Dilly will chase it or not. And that's exactly where he was going. He did chase it. He made contact. O'Brien picks it up, fires it over to first. That's an out. Run will not score. 3 are left stranded on base, and we move to the bottom of the 7th, and the Barnesville Trojans need a minimum of 5 runs to force the 8th inning. We'll see if they can do that, or if they can get 6 and walk it off. It's all going to be discovered here in a couple minutes on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. It's going to be up to the bottom of the order. Batters 7, 8, and 9 for Barnesville. Joey Torfin, Max Olson, and John Roller. As the 15-3 Ottertail Central Bulldogs have an 8-3 lead over the 10-4 Barnesville Trojans. Once again, Joey Torfin's the batter here. And he'll pop this one up, and it'll be foul for a strike. On the side of Jim watching from Denver, North Carolina, if he's still watching. Said he had to leave. I'm not sure how long ago he had to potentially leave, but when you come back to watch the rest of this later, Jim, thank you for tuning in. Strike is called there. It's 1-2 now here to Joey Torfin. Torfin 0 for 2 with a pair of ground outs, 1 to short, 1 to third. And he will be thrown out here on a 1-3. One out, Max Olson the batter now. Take that back. They're going to make a change here.
Number 19,
It's going to be Brennan Steele, a senior here for the Trojans. He'll step up to the plate for the first time ever on Magnitude Sports. Not too often I get to say first time ever in comparison to a Barnesville athlete, but this time I do. And it's 0-1 here to Brennan Steele. So see if he can make the best of his first at-bat, as you know, the Trojans would appreciate it if he could. And that one's down low for a ball. It's 1-1. And that one's a little high. It's ball 2. So far so good for Brennan Steele as ahead in the count. No runners on, 1 away, 2 balls and a strike. 8-3. The Trojans need 5 to force the 8th or 6 to walk off and win. And strike 2 there as the count's now even. Strike, ball, and a strike. And Steele will send a hopper out towards third. Haugen will fire it across, and that's a 5-3 ground out.
for the Trojans.
So time for some two-out magic here for the Barnesville Trojans, and it'll be up to John Roller to try and get that started. He has had no success so far. He's had 2 flyouts, one to right field to Noah Link and one to the first baseman in foul territory, Gavin Parsh. Quincy Morey's on deck. If that lands as a base hit, and it will, and we'll see Quincy Morey. And now a runner is on for the Trojans here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 away. That's the 6th hit of the game here for the Trojans. Time of the game, 1 hour, 22 minutes. Back to the top of the order now with Quincy Morey. He'll face pitch, let's see, is it still Dilly on the mound? Yes, it is. Pitch 70. And this one hit hard towards Mizigatis at second. He'll flip it to the shortstop Herrig and get the force out at second. They'll strand one on base, and that will end the game. Your final score in this one, the Ottertail Central Bulldogs improved to 16-3 with an 8-3 victory over the Trojans to drop them to 10-5. 2 teams will meet at home plate, shake hands. Ottertail Central go down to Evansville to take on the Brandon Evansville Chargers on Thursday. And then the Trojans will head down to Breckenridge for a doubleheader against the Cowboys to wrap up the regular season. And we wish the best of luck to both teams on those particular matchups. For us here, we will be in Dilworth on Thursday for a pair of games. You could call it a doubleheader, but it's a doubleheader featuring the Holly Nuggets. First game versus the Ada Borup West Cougars, and the second game against Dalton Rebels. So your final line score, you see it on screen there. We need to add one more hit for the Bulldogs, actually. Let's see here. And we need to leave one more on base for Barnesville. And then our numbers will be right. All right, 8 runs on 16 hits, 3 errors for the Trojans, and the Bulldogs leave 10 on base. The Trojans 3 runs on 6 hits on 2 Bulldogs errors, and they leave a total of 5 on base. Time of the game, 1 hour and 22 minutes. With the Bulldogs getting 4 in the first, 1 more in the third. They would hold that 5-0 lead till the 5th when they'd make it 6-0. They would tack on another one in the top of the 6th to take a 7-0 lead before Trojans got 3 back to make it 7-3. Ottertail would get an insurance run in the top of the 7th, and that'd be your final score, 8-3. Taking a look at our upcoming schedule here, we've already kind of told you about the game on Thursday. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other games that are coming up here on Magnitude Sports. As we told you about the Thursday game. And then after Thursday, we head down to Lincoln, Nebraska for the Fargo Post 400 Stars. They'll take on the Creighton Prep Junior Jays on Friday. They'll have a doubleheader against Lincoln East on Saturday. And then another doubleheader, one against Harrisburg, South Dakota, and then Lincoln Pius on Sunday. And then they take about a week off, and then they go to Brookings, South Dakota to take on the Bandits. And then we have Dakota Fusion Soccer for you on June 3rd and 4th, as the Fusion men will take on the Duluth FC Blue Greens, and the Fusion women will take on Maplebrook Fury. And then back to Fargo Post 400 baseball to kick off the summer portion of the Legion baseball schedule, with the Fargo Post 400 Stars opening up at Starry & Bank Field against the Jamestown Post 14 Eagles. And we'll have that game for you live here on Magnitude Sports. And then that will pretty much lock us into Legion baseball moving forward, as the high school season will be wrapped up by the time we return from our trip to Lincoln, Nebraska. So that's a look ahead. Some of the football schedule is starting to come together, and that will be released probably over the next month and a half. I would say 6 to 8 weeks. We'll see the football schedule, and you can find that on our website when it is released here pretty soon. Don't forget to follow us online. YouTube, Magnitude SN is how you can subscribe. You can click join and to support it financially. And then also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, Magnitude SN, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram on Magnitude Sports. Once again, the time of the game was 1 hour and 39 minutes, and your final score here from Reed Field in Barnesville If I can pull it back up here really quick. It is 8-3. 8-3. Thanks so much for watching. And thanks once again to all of our sponsors, including TNT Repair of Henning and AutoFix and Ottertail for jumping on this broadcast to support the Bulldogs, and congratulations to the victory for Ottertail Central. They moved to 16-3. The Trojans fall to 10-5. The Bulldogs have the Brandon Evansville Chargers next on Thursday. The Trojans have the Breckenridge Cowboys on Thursday, and that'll wrap up the regular season here for Minnesota high school baseball. Thank you so much for watching. We will talk to you again soon, really soon, here on Magnitude Sports.
Preceding broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Subscribe, click the bell, and visit magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.